Well, I wrote down in my notes, and this is before I did all the research, what does San Francisco do? And I guess the answer is you sign Josh Johnson from Denver's practice squad. There's not a lot of moves. Josh Johnson's been on 14 teams. I didn't even know he was still like peripherally involved in the league, but there's no moves.
He's made $8 million. I was like, oh, that's a lot. And I'm like, no, that's not that for a football player that's been on almost all the teams. That's not a lot at all. That's minimum wage.
I was thinking it would be great if this was like our fantasy league where like Monday a talking point was the Niners. I mean, they were smart. They have $69 in free agent money left. We'll see on Wednesday night who they get. They're just putting in for like Josh Johnson, Brian Hoyer, all of these third stringers. But it's too bad. It makes me wonder, like, if the trade deadline, like in our fantasy league, our trade deadline went until last week. So even that we wouldn't have made it. But it's too bad Tom Brady couldn't be like, hey, Bucks, just release me. We're good, right? We're not going to win this year. Can you just release me and let me go to San Francisco and take over? But that just can't happen. So we're going to get Brock Purdy. That's what's happening.
Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant, which means he was the last player drafted, right, in 2021. Yep. And I tried to get him on my pod. I tried to get him on Against All Odds because Harry was a huge Brock Purdy fan at Iowa State. Bet him to win the Heisman, bet Iowa State to win the Big 12. And I tried to get him on, and he said no. He said, yours is the most irrelevant podcast, and I'm not going to go on. He didn't exactly say that, but by not showing up, he said that. So,
well, he's a devout Christian. Maybe he was offended.
Oh, is that
by
it?
Some of the content.
Yeah. He probably doesn't want any part of this.
Yeah, I did some Brock Purdy research. He's the most successful Mr. Irrelevant of all time is Ryan Suckup. Did you know that?
Is that right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he's a chance to already beat Suckup. Mm-hmm. He threw for over 12,000 yards at Iowa State. Mm-hmm. And in 2019, there's a stat where it's like only 5 quarterbacks threw for 27 touchdowns. It was like him, Fields, Lawrence, Jalen Hurts, and Burrow.
It was a good offense. Yeah.
But going back to him in high school, and this is why I think there's gonna be a lot of stories about him this week. So he was a good like prospect. Gets mono his junior year in high school. He's in Arizona. So basically his whole junior year shot. He's not recruited at all. Senior year, he's going. Doesn't get one offer from a major college until November, which was Montana State. And then they kept winning. And they make the playoffs. He starts getting offers. By January, he has a walk-on offer from Alabama and some other ones.
Are you going to go into the electives he took a junior year?
No, I'm almost done.
Oh, okay.
He gets... He goes from no offers to he's get Kansas, Iowa State, Arizona State, Boise State. And then Saban says, I got a scholarship for you. And Purdy says, no, I'm good with Iowa State. And he goes to Iowa State and he's there for 4 years, throws for 12,000 yards. But reading about this, I was like, I kind of like this guy. I wonder if this is going to be could this be like a Kurt Warner type story?
And that'd be a great story, right? Because Jalen Hurts, if he plays the Eagles in the playoffs or in the conference championship, that could have been the Alabama quarterback that Saban, that he passed on Saban, I guess.
So my point is, this guy's not a stiff. Like,
no,
he at least had enough pedigree in high school that Saban was like, here's an actual scholarship. And then he threw for a shitload of yards and he was good today. I was impressed.
Yeah, you'll find like a lot of these pros were good in college, and for them to be good in college, they were excellent in high school. I mean, I don't know what kind of research you want to do, but yeah.
Yeah, but there's guys that come in like Sam Ellinger where you're like, wow, that guy's just, it's not happening. Like you kind of know right away. Or like the guy at Wolford today when he had to throw the Hail Mary to the Rams guy. Okay. And it went like 24 yards. You're like, that guy can run around, but ultimately like he doesn't really have it. This guy Purdy looks like if all
he's not going to bury them. Yeah,
no,
he won't bury
that
team.
That's my point. I don't think he's going to bury them. So even though it's brutal for them that they lost Jimmy G, I don't know. The other thing I was thinking was Romo can't play anymore, right?
I don't think he can. He had once said years ago that it would take like a month for him to get back in shape. But so now what does that mean? No, he's not coming back.
Phil Rivers, too long.
No.
Breeze.
So
what if Aaron Rodgers just tries to get waived like over the next week, just defends everyone in Wisconsin for a week?
Yeah, he could do that. It's so funny. We should, now we cross teams off for the playoffs. We should do this for all aging quarterbacks. Like Jeff George used to be the name we used to throw around. So in 2017, we should have been like, Jeff George is no longer available. according to us, right? We
Eli Manning has been taken off the board.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
All right. So freshman year, Brock Purdy took English 101.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, I was bummed for the Niners though, because you're watching that game. If you're a Niners fan, you're like, holy shit. Our team, we have like one of the best 4 teams. We're feeling good. Yeah. And then in the blink of an eye, all of a sudden you weren't.